Hi, it's Denise Taylor from amazingpeople.co.uk, and I want to talk to you about my favourite of all the assessments that I offer my clients. I'm a chartered psychologist and I only talk to clients about reputable assessments, and many of the assessments, like the Myers-Briggs type indicator, like the strong interest inventory, are based on self-report. They're based on people saying how they think they are in particular situations and the sorts of interests that they have, and that can be incredibly useful. But sometimes we perhaps don't know ourselves as well as could be, and sometimes we want more of an external perspective. It's the reason why many of my clients choose to work with me. So what we're seeing with the Highlands Ability Battery, it's a 3-hour assessment, and that's 3 hours of you completing a number of short work samples, which helps you to understand more about your abilities in 19 different areas. And some of them are to do with personal style. A whole range of them are your driving abilities, which are to do with ways of solving problems, the number of ideas you're likely to come up with, and spatial relations. And then we have the specialised abilities, which include areas about helping you learn, which can be incredibly valuable, particularly for my younger students, or indeed anybody who's needing to learn more information, because from that they can understand whether they learn better through what they read, or they're listening to people, or they're doing more active work with the information that they're trying to gather. Now, sometimes when people see the price of the Highlands Ability Battery, they sort of balk a little. But this is the sort of assessment that you only ever have to do once. You'll never have to do it again. And it's going to give you a depth of information that you'll not get from any other source. When you go through it, and I'll put a link below so that you can see some sample report, you can read a lot more information. But it's going to tell you the sorts of things that come easy to you, the sorts of things that you do naturally. And too many of us struggle in a job that's just difficult. So why struggle in a job that's hard? We'd be far better off working in an area where we're going to get greater satisfaction, and it's going to play to our strengths. So the assessment takes you about 3 hours, but you don't have to do all in one go. You can break it down into a number of sections, and it'd be easy to break it down into 15-minute or 30-minute chunks. Each of the different work samples comes with an introduction, and the introduction means that it explains to you what it is that you have to do. You can have a go of the work sample. You can have a go a second and even a third time. And you're not going to like all of them. Not all of them are going to come easy. There's some of them, and I just can't do them. But that's okay, because I don't want to have to do a job that would need me to have abilities that I just don't have. So having gone through it, you'd get immediate access to your report. And the report is very detailed. It's about 30 pages in length, and it tells you all about what your results are like. Clients find this alone very valuable. But what's more important is when you have a session with me, or indeed any of the other Highlands Ability Battery affiliates. And we'll spend probably about an hour and a half going through in depth, explaining what the results mean to you, listening to what you have to say, asking you questions to enhance the information that we find out. And I personally then do some follow-up things. I produce a one-page summary for my clients, and I've produced a follow-up booklet that I give people called Highlands Explored. So there's extra things that you're going to get. I'm not sure what other associates do, but that's what you get with me. And I'll also help you to identify the sorts of jobs that match up with people with your particular ability profile. And this information you can use to restructure your CV, you can use when you're at interview. There's some really good examples that you can use when you're at interview, when people are asking you about your weaknesses, because you're not going to apply for a job where you need abilities that you don't have. And so I give examples that you can use to enhance your CV. So if this interests you, and I think it's at least worth having a look and reading more, you can read more on my website, you can read a sample report, and you can go onto the Highlands Ability Company website and do some practice goes. And the practice goes are a little easier than what they'd be on under the timed ones. But it all just helps you to understand more about what it's like. And if you have any questions, if you'd like to know more, then please don't hesitate to get in touch. Because I spend so much of my time with clients, it's often better to send me an email in advance. But then, of course, I'll get back to you, and we could schedule some time to answer any further questions that you have. So, hoping that this has been interesting for you, and I'm hoping that you go and explore more. It's Denise Taylor from amazingpeople.co.uk. Bye-bye.